Hello and welcome to today's review of your final year project report. Today we shall be going through your chapter 2. Yes, the much dreaded chapter 2. This is a draft that one of my students submitted to me and we shall be going through it. As we go through it, I'll be informing you what your supervisor check and what you can do to reduce the number of revisions you do. And of course, have a nice time doing your project. So let's begin. Chapter 2. First is the formatting. As always, you want to make sure that the formatting is done well. Times New Roman size 12. And if that's not the font you use, you want to ensure you're using the correct font. Also, see the justified text, which is great. Now, just looking at this introduction, the first thing I notice is that there is no reference. So, what do we mean reference? This reference. Also, just reading through it, I see that the breaking down of the topic is not well done. Types of suspension system. So let's begin with that. How do you write your chapter 2? First, what does the chapter 2 do? Your chapter 2 is more of here is what has been written before on this subject. These are the findings. So, first you can take a paper and Bible and do a little brainstorming. If I'm writing chapter 2 on integration of suspension, steering, and braking system, what will I be writing on? First, you'll be writing on the suspension and the types. And of course, you need to put your pictures to it as well. Then, let me use a notepad. So first, you'll be writing on suspension system and the types. Of course, you also be writing with some pictures. You'll also be writing on braking system of tricycles. You'll also be talking about the types plus pictures. Also, what else? Then the design of tricycles too. Tricycles. So here is one way you brainstorm all possible things you do. Another way of getting it right is by downloading journals, which I have done some here. You want like this: modeling and improvement of tricycle braking system for controlled skidding. You want to go through it and see what are some of the headings they use, what are some of the topics they use. Bike track for controlled skidding, okay? You see, braking system. Manufacturing technology for tricycles. Modeling. You want to put those things down. Hydraulic system, I just want hydraulic braking system, which is very popular here. So you want to put that down too. Hydraulic braking system, okay. That will be under this. But since hydraulic is very common here, and it's probably what we use, we want to give it an heading so that you can discuss it. Okay. Design of tricycles. You want to go through. By doing this, you get an idea of what is there. I'm going through another. Okay, let's check their title, table of content, literature review, historical background. Yeah, historical background, types of tricycle. Wonderful. Historical background, also the types. Let's put that down too. Historical background of tricycles. Also, what else did we see? Types of tricycles. Types of tricycles. Okay, go through another journal. What did they review? Okay, this much lumped together. Let's just go through it. Okay, this is more lumped together. Okay, materials and method. Chapter 1 and 2 has been lumped together here in this journal, which is one. Okay, so I haven't gone through that. That's one way. That's, of course, one way of knowing what to be in your chapter 2. Another way of knowing what to be in your chapter 2 is to use AR. Yes, use AR. The mistake a lot of students make is they tell AI to write their literature review for them, which right now, the current level of the AI that is free and in the public domain, it won't do good academic writing for you. But one thing they are good at is giving you the heading. So you can give your AI a prompt like, I'm writing a final year project titled da 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 da. Give me 10 headings in chapter 2 literature review. So when you put in such a prompt like this, of course, and it gives you 10 headings, now take each heading and you search each heading for journals that speak on each heading, then you copy from there and put. So let's begin. Yeah, we can, instead of introduction, we already have introduction in our chapter 1. Let's take this as background of tricycles. Background of tricycle. Let me see if it is in heading. No, okay. Putting it heading 2 so that it will be updated to my table of content. Background of the integration, background of tricycles first before we talk about the integrated listing. So, how do you now find your literature review? I want to go to one of the journals that talk about the background. It should be this. Yes, historical background. So, first tricycle was invented by various people. Yes. So, one way to do it is first, you can go through their references. This is numerical style referencing, number 11, number 12, number 13. So I can quickly go to 11, 12, 13. 11, today in technology, 2009. Since this is 2009 and we are in 2025, that's like 15 years ago. So I don't want to use that. Number 13, this is 2018. Okay, so since this is 2018 and it's still relevant, you can just go to this website and see what is there. Then you can copy part of it and reference them as well. Else, I will have to reference this particular journal in it. So let's go to the historical background again. If you're an undergraduate, it's still okay if you copy word for word because you're an undergraduate. This is your first degree. However, I strongly advise you to reframe. Your reports might be subject to a plagiarism check, which if you've copied word for word, you will score low in the plagiarism test and you may have to redo it. So first, electric vehicle was invented. No, we are not talking about electric tricycle. Here, we are talking about the petrol tricycle. Okay, tricycle is defined by its wheel. Cited or move are most common tricycle front wheel and two. Okay, let's say line. Let's say I like this paragraph. So I copy it. Control C. I always like to copy to Notepad first, because Notepad will remove all the formatting in it. Then I take it to here and I paste. You can as well paste as keep text alone. That also do the job. Now, you need to reference this. How do you now reference it? You go here, back to where you copied it. And what's the name? Who did it? So, who did it? This is the author, project author. Copy. Oh no. No. You want to paste, keep texting. Good. What year was it made? Let's check. 2018. So we'll go back. 2018. Now, a mistake I see a lot of students make is, as they are referencing and they are making the in-text citation, they are forgetting the full text reference. So how do you make the full text reference? I like to use Notepad for it, but you can as well copy it to the document. So you go Control End, which is where the reference will be. Okay, let's create a new page for the reference then. References. So for the reference, you want to copy the full name, which you've done. Copy. Now, remember, you want to keep text only, or you first drop it in Notepad. So what year? 2018. Then what's the title of the document? Design an investigation of electric tricycles. Copy. Okay. Then you want to see if it was published and in what journal was it published. Okay. Since this is a university project, you need to write the school as well. So if it has ISBN, ISSN, this is where you also copy it and you put there. I think we're fine. So this done. Then you move to the end. This is how you do gradually until you get like 20 pages of reference or 20 pages of literature review to use. However, by seeing this, you now understand better how to do literature review. However, since I copied this word for word, let me do some reframing. Triumph cycle is defined by its will. I understand that you may not like to reframe because it's very tedious. You can. This is another place where you can use AI. You just copy this text, put it in the AI, and say, reframe this text, rewrite it, or you use the word rewrite. Then, while rewriting, there are some keywords like this tricycle, which is very key. You want to tell the AI to keep the keyword. So you say something like, rewrite this text. Keep keywords, tricycle. What else is another keyword? Wheel arrangement. Wheel arrangement. Then you put the text, it helps you write it. How by saying this, you understand better how to do it. So this will be needing to, okay, types of suspension. Suspension, okay. Suspension system, wonderful. And types of suspension, spring and damp. Now, when you are describing a system, the best thing is to bring a picture to help us understand exactly what it is you are saying, which you can easily find the picture online. So one, background of tricycles. We want to go next to types of tricycles. So for these types of tricycle, you can as well search online like journals on types of tricycle so that you can quote something like Brown 2021 categorize tricycles as follows. Then you bring the thing. So welcome to Nigeria. I electricity just got cut off, so I'll have to switch off my video now. Okay, so suspension system of tricycles, a well-designed suspension is significant. Something like this. This, what is the reference? If you've copied it without referencing and you don't know where the reference is at, another place you can use AI is to copy this text, then you put it in the AI and say, give me reference for this text. Then AI will help you check online and give you some references, which you can download, check through anyone that correlates well. You put it there, which is great. Types of suspension. So you want to add pictures. Add pictures, add pictures, add pictures. Type of steering mechanisms. You want to put it this way. Add pictures, add pictures, add pictures. So while going through it, I saw something like, yeah, wonderful, this picture. So this is because the person making this document probably used the phone in adding this picture and didn't add it well. So how do you ensure things like this will not repeat itself? One, you want to add the picture well. So let me delete this. You want to properly add it. So let me go to insert, pictures. Okay. Okay, let's use this picture. If you insert the picture rightly, the way I just did, any document, anybody you send this document to, will find the picture attached. The picture will be attached. Or if not, if you don't do it correctly, you just find image cannot be displayed, which doesn't improve your credibility. Okay, so we are progressing. Conclusion. So this is how you do for your chapter 2, and these references, it won't be here. Of course, it will be to the end of the document. I always advise my students that when you are making references, when you are still working on your project, don't delete any journal yet. Have a bank for the journals, so that in case something is not well referenced, you can go back to the journal and see what exactly is there. Like this, Tres M 2023. Okay. I'm assuming this is the name of the author. If this is the name of the author, this is the year. Is this the title of the report? Title of the document? No. If this is the title, this is not the title of the document, of course. Where was it published? In what journal was it published? Or is it published in a conference? You don't know. So such a reference is not well made. You have to do it again. Fundamentals of Vehicle Design, SAE International. Author. Who is the author? Author. Okay. So, see you next time.